Presentation of the Arizona Cardinals Broadcast Network.
Run it, run it, run it. Let's go. Yeah, head grab, go. Get out, let's go. Here we go, work at it. Work your technique. Do little things right. That's it. All right, roll it.
This is Cardinals Game Plan, presented by Dignity Health. Your hosts, Paul Calvisi and Ron Wolfley, with the head coach, Kliff Kingsbury.
All right, second straight win, won by a made kick in Cincinnati, and now won by a missed kick, Ron Wolfley.
Special teams,
There you
Paul.
go. See, the four-time special teams Pro Bowler. Wolf, it's not about you, okay? Coach Kliff Kingsbury, and how about the home field? Can we chalk it up to home field advantage, Coach?
It was rocking in there. There was a great atmosphere. We talked all week about, protecting the nest and playing well at home. We hadn't up to this point, and so I was proud of how our guys responded.
There's always drama at State Farm Stadium, Wolf.
Just kind of feels like nothing is ever easy at this level, is it, Coach?
It's not. Every game's going to be hard fought, and you knew with a great offense like that, they were going to make a run, and they did.
And you trailed early. All right, let's just go rewind all the way back to the very beginning. 7-0 to start. And Atlanta had 6 third-down conversions in the game, 3 on their opening drive. What happened there, and then what changed?
They came out, had a great plan, executed early. We had one dropped coverage that they hit the tight end on kind of a check down that went for about 30, and then we settled in for a little bit for the rest of the half, and I thought competed well. And once again, they made their run at the end. They have great players, a great quarterback, but we got to find a way to kind of quell that and stop it.
Coach, there seemed to be a ton of similarities to the Cincinnati game. Getting off the first possession once again, the fact that they came from behind a couple of scores down late in the game to tie it up, seemed like a lot of similarities there.
There was. The flow of the game felt similar, and we talked about today, we got to find a way to finish those games. That killer instinct, when you have a chance to put a team away, got to find a way to do it. And I think that's a learned behavior, and as we go, we'll get better at it.
All right, so a deep shot, right? You've been waiting for that deep shot. Demir Bird got it, 58 yards. Kyler called it maybe his favorite throw of the game. Tell us about that play.
Kyler made a great read. It was a play action, and it was basically Fitz to Demir, and the safety hung just enough on that hash, and he threw it up. Demir made a great catch, and found a way to come down with it.
Was that a called shot all the way, Coach? In other words, just take it if it's there, a called shot like Bruce Arians used to love to say?
Yeah, we wanted to push it down the field, but he had kind of an initial read, and when the safety overplayed that, he let it fly and made a great throw.
All right, so 3rd and goal at the 2, and Chase Edmunds, the catch and the run. We know about the red zone, but you know what? In this game, it was not a red light. Cardinals had a lot of success. Tell us about that Chase Edmunds score.
It was basically trying to get him one-on-one in space, and he did the rest. Ran kind of a rub route with Fitz and Charles Clay running through there and swung him out and made a great catch and run and found a way to get in the end zone.
How does Chase Edmunds make your offense better? It seems like he's got a great understanding of it.
He does. He's a sharp cat. Ivy League kid, and so he knows what we're trying to accomplish. He's a good change of pace with David. They both are phenomenal out of the backfield, and he's earned every rep he's gotten since I've gotten here. So it's been fun to work with him.
And then you had some complimentary football, right? You had the Corey Peters sack, and then the sack dance, which always fires up the sideline as the Cardinals D goes 3 and out.
But yeah, the sack dance, that was, I guess, my first experience with it. I didn't know Corey had that in his bag, but he's really playing at a consistent level and doing some really good things, and he's a great leader on that side of the football, and that was a huge play in the game on 3rd and 2.
It's really about fun, too, isn't it? Just watching it. Corey's the least guy that would probably do something like that, and to act out the way that he did, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. And the guys just feed off that.
Yes.
That's just something they feed off. All right, so now, look, the offense capitalizes. 3 chunk plays on the next drive. David Johnson ends up with a 1-yard touchdown run. And a spike, an emphatic spike. Tell us about that drive in particular, because it seemed like everything was wide open.
It was. Kyler did a great job early. We had a deep shot. They got underneath it. He checked it down to David for about 40, which was a big play. Chase had a great individual effort with some of those linemen getting out on the screen, and then David finished it off with a nice run.
Does it seem like David is running the ball with more desperation, more determination?
I think more than anything, just a comfort level in our system. I think we're comfortable with what he can do, and he's feeling more comfortable in our system. I think as an offense as a whole, that's kind of where we're at.
Let's go to the film breakdown here. It was first possession of the 3rd quarter. You got 2nd and 1 at the 20. So the whole playbook's open on 2nd and 1 pretty much, correct?
Yeah, that's a time when a lot of coaches want to take a shot thinking we'll be in 3rd and 1 if we don't hit it. But this was one of those called plays. You're hoping you get them in man coverage, and we did, and Max does a good job getting in the end zone.
Now Fitz gave him a hard time because he said Max was running in slow motion. There, he gave me. He said.
That's kind of the pot calling the kettle black with Fitz. But yeah, that's. I'm just glad he got it in the end zone. I didn't want to be first and 1 from the 1 anymore.
Coach, that misdirection right there, too, with Andy Isabella, right? I mean, that right there was kind of what you were talking about earlier, the illusion of complexity, right?
No doubt. And, guys on defense are going to know where Andy's at when he comes to the game. He's one of the fastest players in the league.
Right.
And so we'll move him around and do different things with him, and he's always dangerous.
All right, so 2 long drives by Atlanta then late. And like the Cincinnati game, like you mentioned, that's where you saw the experience of a Matt Ryan, didn't you?
No doubt. I mean, he was the league MVP 2 years ago and has an incredible stable of weapons at his disposal, and they went to work, and it was hard to slow him down. But I think our secondary grew a lot. We got some young players back there that have learned from those type of experiences, and we'll be better for it.
All right, so Chandler Jones with a big sack. Cardinals get the ball back. And then Kyler, after the game, called it a bad ball, the touchdown pass to David Johnson. He didn't like it. Some of the receivers even said, David Johnson, you know what? There are receivers in the league who don't make that catch that David Johnson completed.
That was phenomenal and had a huge one last week to seal the game as well. And Kyler made a great check, but underthrew that a little bit. And I don't know how he saw the ball, but big-time play.
The fact that he's not turning the ball over, that the Arizona Cardinals right now are tied for the fewest giveaways in the NFL, what does that say about just his maturity? A rookie quarterback doing that already?
It's been impressive with his style of play particularly. I mean, he's trying to make plays. He's not just checking it down or throwing it away all the time. I mean, at times he's extending plays and doing things. So to be able to limit his turnovers to this point, he's done a really nice job with it.
Next, a deep dive into the improvements shown in the victory over the Falcons on Cardinals Game Plan. Cardinals Game Plan is brought to you by Dignity Health, hello human kindness, and by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM.
All right, ended up being the biggest play of the game, the missed extra point, but you were getting ready to try and win the game at that point and go back on offense. Did you even see the missed extra point by Matt Bryant?
I didn't. I just heard the reaction. I was looking at my sheet trying to figure out what we're going to call and get us going in our 2-minute type execution. And, tough kick for him to miss. He's one of the best in the business, and just bounced our way.
You know what's amazing about that, too, Coach, is the fact that I thought to myself, they left Kyler too much time.
Yeah.
That is a weird thought to have when you're talking about a kid that is playing his 6th NFL game.
No question. I think everybody on our sideline felt the same way. Like, hey, let's go execute our stuff and put it in his hands and let him go make a play.
So no sacks, no turnovers. Overall, what'd you think? The numbers say it was his best performance of the season.
He continues to, the last 2 weeks particularly, continues to improve as far as not taking negative plays. 0 sacks, and our line, you can't give them enough credit. 0 sacks, 0 hits on the quarterback. But if we're not moving backwards like we've talked about, we're going to be, a formidable opponent moving forward.
And you're giving him full freedom to run the offense at all times?
He is, yeah. He's in control out there. If he sees something he likes, he's going to get us into it and attack, and we just got to make sure we have a reason for doing so.
All right, so Max Williams and the tight ends. Just in general, we've seen a lot more of them the last 3 games. What do you like there? Because that's a trend that continues.
Just consistent play. They bring toughness. They bring attitude to this football team, the way they work and practice every day. And whether they're called upon, they make the play, whether it's a block or a catch. They're going to be solid and do it. And I think first few weeks we were kind of figuring out our identity and who we were as an offense, and those guys have come in and helped us solidify who we want to be.
I was just going to ask you that, Coach. In the beginning of the season, is this the offense that we're seeing now that you envisioned all along, just trying to ease Kyler Murray into a lot of games and pro sets and 10 personnel and things of that nature? Was that your plan the whole time?
I knew it'd be some progression going on and quite a process as we figured out who we were and what we did best and what Kyler liked to do best at this level. And so first couple weeks, I think games dictated a lot of what we were doing offensively when we fell behind and we were chasing, but we've stayed on schedule the last few weeks and been able to run the ball and play action and do things that we want to do.
All right, so you get Patrick Peterson back. Last week you joked you had the countdown clock. It finally hit 0. What does that mean for your defense?
He just brings a lot of confidence, a lot of swagger. You can't put a price tag on how valuable a guy like that is, one of the top corners in football. You can put him on one side of the field and feel confident that he can handle that, and allows you to do a bunch of different things away from him defensively.
Coach, Chase Edmunds had 6 touches for 58 yards in that first half and a touchdown as well. In the second half, he only had 1 touch for 9 yards. What happened there? Was he feeling okay? Was it
just bad coaching. Yeah, I gotta find a way to get him the ball. I didn't even realize that was happening. Got to find a way to get him more touches because he was playing well.
Coach, how's this offensive line coming along?
That's the group that I think has gelled the most. It was tough losing Marcus early, Gilbert, who we thought was going to be kind of the stalwart of that group, but Justin stepped in, and they've really gelled and are playing at a high level now.
What do you see in the Giants defense this week? What's the big challenge there?
Yeah, I think Coach Betcher does a great job mixing up coverages week in, week out. He's going to have exotic looks, different things they do. Solid football team and have played some really good games defensively.
How about when you flip it over and look at Daniel Jones, of course, right? This rookie right here. What do you see?
Yeah, he extends plays. I think that's the biggest change up from Eli is his ability to run and extend plays outside of the pocket. And he's confident. He'll cut it loose and throw it. And they got a phenomenal tight end, some great receivers, one of the best running backs in the game, and we'll have our hands full.
Up next, here inside the huddle as Kyler Murray was mic'd up against Atlanta. Let's go! On Cardinals Game Plan. Welcome back to Cardinals Game Plan. Rookie quarterback Kyler Murray made play after play in the matchup versus the Falcons. Now, let's hear what the win sounded like from his perspective. Wired, brought to you by your Arizona Ford dealers.
Today at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, the Cardinals welcome the struggling Atlanta Falcons. Can the Cardinals finally, while they wear their black uniforms and mourn the loss of owner Bill Bidwell, get a home win?
Let's get it. Yeah, baby. Hey, go to work, baby. And we got a great game plan. Y'all just play fast.
2-2. Shotgun snap, back to pass goes Murray, throws a deep ball far side, and a catch is made. Sherfield caught it, ruled a catch at the 30-yard line. Wow.
Sure.
What a grab by Sherfield.
Everybody stand strong. Yes, sir. Everybody stand strong.
36-yard gain.
Easy. 1-1.
Snap to Murray, fakes the run in trouble. Rolling in the backfield, spinning to his right, now throwing it deep over the middle, caught by Larry Fitzgerald for a first down. What a job by Kyler Murray to spin away twice from defenders and make the throw downfield. So gifted athletically. Shotgun snap to Murray, fakes the run, rolls to the right, looking downfield, airing it out, middle of the field for Bird, caught at the 10, at the 5, and wrapped up around the 1-yard line. The ball comes out, but they ruled it. Bird is down at the 1, but another incredible throw down the field by number 1.
Is his leg down? Does that count?
I don't know, bro. I think it's leaving. He's on top of the body.
I know. Punch it in.
Snap to Murray, back to throw, dumps it off to the left side. Edmunds caught at the 5, dives for the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Arizona.
Let's go, baby.
You liked your one-on-one?
Yeah.
You took it. That's perfect. You're doing your job, dude. That's what I like to talk about.
Here's a wide receiver screen to the left to Chase Edmunds. He actually ran into his own guy, but didn't go down. He's at the 20 on the near side of the 15, cuts right to the 10, to the 5, and he's brought down at about the 2-yard line.
Let's go.
Murray takes the snap, handoff Johnson up the middle, touchdown.
Baby.
Kyler Murray right now has had a phenomenal first half.
Bro, we literally got everything we want.
See if the Falcons have an answer. Snap to Murray, rolls right. Now looking back to the left, lobs it for Williams, caught at the 10 to the 5, and Williams is in. Touchdown. So the Cardinals extend their lead to 26-10.
I know I lost a step, but that right there, hey, Matthews Davis, hey, he could.
This offense humming right now. Ryan under center, takes, turns, play action, setting up, looking left, throwing left, caught, touchdown, Hooper. Snap to Murray, drops back to throw, floats it far side into the end zone, and a diving catch by David Johnson for a touchdown. Beautiful grab, and the Cardinals had the lead back.
Let's go, DJ! Let's go! That was a terrible ball.
Yeah, right.
That was a terrible ball.
Nice throw.
Shotgun for Matt Ryan. It's a pass play and a screen to the right. Freeman caught it at the 10. He will walk in. The Falcons get a touchdown. They're a point away from tying the game with 1:53 to go. Bryant on to tie the game. The ball is down. The kick is up, and he missed it. He missed it wide to the left. Oh my goodness!
Still gotta get a first down. No. Let's go. One first down. Let's go.
3rd down and 5 on the Cardinal 30. Murray takes play action. He's rolling right, and he's looking to run. He's on the near side, and he's close to the first down as he steps out. It looks like enough to move the chains and win the game with 1:38 to go.
Way to go, my boy. Way to go.
That's a good day.
Plays your ass off, brother. Appreciate it. Y'all blocked y'all's ass off.
They've won 2 in a row. Kyler Murray has been the big reason why.
Good luck the rest of the way, okay?
Have a great year so far.
Appreciate
Keep
it.
going, man. Proud
Appreciate
of
it.
Next, Paul and Wolf break down Kyler Murray's performance and what Patrick Peterson's return means for the defense on Cardinals Game Plan. Welcome back to Cardinals Game Plan. Now, Paul Calvisi and Ron Wolfley take a deep dive into Kyler Murray's game.
All right, so as the Arizona Cardinals been doing their film work on the New York Giants, if they were to self-scout themselves, Ron Wolfley, do you think they've recently found out more about themselves, their own identity on offense, for example? To me, I think they have discovered an identity, and it's balance.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's the pass and the run, and you've seen how effective that has been, the combination.
Paulie, this is the incredible thing in what we're seeing right now, right? The illusion of complexity is real right now. A lot of 11 personnel and 12 personnel. We've been talking about it over the last 3 weeks. It started in the Seattle game. Remember, I told you I was excited to see this evolution of the offense in the Seattle game. Then we saw it in all of its beauty in Cincinnati. And then I think last week was the use of the tight end more than we've seen it in any other game. 12 personnel, even 2 tight ends being used out there, and you can see the benefits. Kyler Murray has never looked better with this balance that they've brought.
You can't understate how he's playing winning football as a young quarterback. Jameis Winston in year 5 just threw 5 interceptions in one game. Baker Mayfield leads the NFL. He had a 3-pick game this last week. Kyler Murray, 0 giveaways. I mean, the Cardinals have the fewest giveaways in the NFL. That's winning football.
Paul, not only that, Kyler Murray is in the top 10 in passing yards in the National Football League. Stop and think about that. He's played 6 games, and it's not just what he's doing. We were talking about this earlier. It's when he's doing it that matters so much, right? The fact that the moment does not seem too big for Kyler Murray, you cannot overstate that. You just can't do it. This kid is growing. He's developing. Man, he is the future.
All right, so what can a lockdown corner do for you in your defense? What's realistic in the return of Patrick Peterson? Does that trickle down through the entire defense?
I'd love that, Paulie. You better believe it. Listen, it's not going to fix everything. It's not going to fix everything, but right now, the Arizona Cardinals have a problem with their secondary, right? You bring in Patrick Peterson, now all of a sudden, you got that guy. You go ahead, you cover that guy right there. They're going to play a lot more man. I think Byron Murphy, they feel really, really good about him as the corner opposite of Patrick Peterson. I think they'll take Tremaine Brock Sr. and move him inside, a place that he's more comfortable with. I think now all of a sudden they're going to play more man. That means the run fits are going to be better in the box, right? They're going to play more man. You can stack up the box. And oh, by the way, when you've got guys singled down the outside that you feel confident in, that means you can double. You can play in and out on a tight end. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, more cover guys for the tight end. The tight end spot has 6 touchdowns against the Cardinals defense in 6 games as they aim for their first 3-game winning streak since 2015.
Coach Kingsbury's final thoughts on the road contest against the Giants when we return to Cardinals Game Plan. Cardinals Game Plan has been brought to you by Dignity Health, Hello Human Kindness, and by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM.
All right, last time on the road, the Cardinals got the win. How about the challenge of going to New York against a Giants team that hung tough with the Patriots for a good 3 quarters the other night? What do you see as this road challenge now as the Cardinals go back to the Eastern time zone?
They're a team that's on the rise as well. They feel like they have their quarterback of the future, and he's going to get better and better each week, have some tremendous offensive weapons, have a solid defense. So it'll be a huge challenge. We'll fly out a day early and try to get it acclimated and then go out there and try to execute at a high level.
Some keys to victory, Coach?
Yeah, once again, I think offensively, if we continue to protect the football and avoid the negative plays, that's kept us in every game so far this year. And then defensively, got to be able to slow down Saquon, got to be able to slow down that tight end and try to force the young quarterback into mistakes.
Good luck, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching Cardinals Game Plan. For more great Cards content, check out the team's official YouTube page at youtube.com/azcardinals.